Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Preparation Ape, your number one place for saying woke. I'm DKP.
I'm Woke Major Tom.
Ooh.
And I'm guest starring tonight as Festus.
Woke Festus.
Woke Festus.
Yeah.
Bestest Festus.
Coming at you live here at twitch.tv/chainswipe every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Like today,
Here
right
at
now.
twitch.tv/chainswipe.
Everybody that's watching this, they're watching this on Thursday
You
night
better believe they are.
at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
So woke.
So what do we got on the rest of the next tonight, Major D?
Let's go to that next slide. Actually, before we do that, how you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing excellent. I'm so happy to
Doing
be
well.
here and happy that y'all are having
Kind
me
of
on
sick,
the show.
but doing
Yeah.
all right.
You a little under the weather?
I've been a little under the weather
Yeah?
since you came over on Monday. A
Yeah?
little under the weather.
Something tells me I'm next.
Oh, you're definitely next. Today is the first day that I haven't felt like
Pep
doing
says,
it.
even apes, y'all look woke.
Thank you very much. We
Not
are.
as much
so
as we
woke.
feel. Tell you that much.
I feel the wokest.
All right.
So, yeah, we're going to check out the Switch Superbowl commercial. I'm going to watch that and provide our thoughts.
We're watching it on mute, which is nice. You're not. We are.
I've seen it a couple of times. So, we're going to talk about Switch online service pricing. Kimishima, the president of Nintendo, talked a little bit about that recently. Snake Pass, a game that I loved at PSX, is coming to Switch. It's not really a topic. I just want an excuse to talk about Snake Pass again. A new BioWare game got teased. Resident Evil 7. There's multiple ways that this particular thing could be spun. I'm going to spin it as the sales are down. Because realistically, they're the third best selling sales of Resident Evil. But other ones have done better.
Well,
we'll talk about it.
Which
I
other
have
ones have done
opinions.
better, if you don't mind me asking?
We'll talk about it.
Oh, all right.
Stick around to find out. PS4 is getting a new update that is bringing, in my opinion, a lot of really neat features. Only one of the features I actually don't give a shit about. We're going to go over the PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Games for Gold. A lot of people, a lot of different sites do this where they compare the two and then they say which one's better. So I figured we could try our hand at it. What's up, Bonkin?
Oops.
And then our ending discussion is going to be talking about console exclusives. Now, this is something that we have talked about multiple times in the past. We've even had a topic on it in the past. But there was some recent news that makes it that much more interesting. So, y'all ready to dive in?
So ready.
I say we do.
Let's do
All
it.
right, so let's get this fucking hunk of garbage out of the way.
Omega
Have
Yawn.
either of you guys watched this yet?
I have,
I think we watched it earlier.
and I fucking hated it.
I love
It's
it.
so much better without the music, though, on our perspective.
I absolutely love
That game looks so lame.
I am so stoked.
That looks so stupid.
You can play it with a controller.
How does that entice it, make it look better? Like,
Because, I mean, let's say I had not said that. What looks stupid about
This
it?
is stupid as shit, too. It's like, hey, let's look at each other in the park. But, like, we can't see the television screen unless we both stop and look in
This
a different
episode
direction.
of Prep Ape is going to be awful. It's going to be me
I'll
versus two
no,
of you.
No, hold on. I'll tell you
What else is
here in a
new?
minute what problem I have with the way Nintendo is marketing itself right now. But we'll let this finish.
I'm going to let you finish.
Kids, I'll let you play my Switch if you suck my dick, kids.
Whoa.
And this kid's like, I want that D
yeah,
first.
he's like, he saw that
These guys are on
face.
the prize, man.
He had a serious D-looking face. Like, I need that D.
Why did I invite Festus on Prep Ape? I do it every time. I'm like, hey,
Tommy
Festus,
stops
come
inviting
join
to
us.
call me all the shit. We'll be
I'm
good.
like,
We'll be
oh, no. 2 DKPs.
No, it's like
Two's
DKP
better than one,
extreme.
right?
DKP and DKP to the max.
I balance this out sometimes. Like Last Guardian, you still need to play that.
No, he's not going to like it. Some gay guy near me on Craigslist inherited 18 boxes of Playboys from the 60s to the 90s. Fun for $1 a piece or something. You horn dogs down up for a road trip? Hell yes, I am.
Dude, I
will.
Honestly, I bet you could sell those
I
things
actually
for...
inherited. I have some old ones from the '60s. And
Dude,
they're like
I
$3.
will buy every single one of those.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I made a
18
decoupage
boxes,
out of them.
$1 a piece.
Just a bunch of like.
Dude,
dicks
I'd
and
pay a
pussies
few
and
$100
shit.
for it.
Those are houses
I
there,
walked
too.
in just in time, says Morning Shark. Morning
better
Shark's on
believe
my
it.
side with this. All right. Hello, Canada. Dude,
So-
I was telling myself right as we were going live, I was like, fucking nobody is going to be on this episode. It's Saturday night.
Well, nobody's
It's-
going to stick around, but people.
Well,
Yeah, so
that's up to them, or I guess up to us. How entertaining.
How
we are.
entertaining we are.
But I was like, oh man, there's no way that people would want to come watch us.
Well, good
so
thing
all of you
saved
guys
it
who
for
are
a
watching
Festus
this, thank
episode,
you.
You know. No, so the problem I have with Nintendo's marketing right now is it's like, look at how much fun all these paid shows are having with our system. We're not going to show you the games, really. You'll get a little bit of that, but look how much fun all these paid douchebags are having. These actors are having. Look how much fun they're having.
That's how every commercial works. That's how marketing is.
Yeah, but that's all that they've been fucking pushing. Even
There's snippets of gameplay.
That's Nintendo Direct. It's like look how much fun you could have. Like, what if I'm a little kid? Like
the purpose of this commercial,
playing
which is
outside on a roof,
which is the same purpose as the first Switch preview, the very first time we saw it back in October, which I loved then, and I love this one. I actually think this one's better than the original one. Is it's showing different ways that the device can be used, because the device is not a standard console, so they really need to be able to lean on other particular things, and showing it as showing the different opportunities, because somebody can't sell you on something without showing you how or why you're going to use it. A great example for me is when the Xbox 360 came out. I was working at GameStop, and I was telling people about the achievement system. You do these certain things in games, and then you get these points, and every game is going to be tied to the same system. And it's nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. Nobody was interested. I was barely even interested. I was just using it as a selling point to get a reservation. But the achievement system, obviously was massively successful. Everybody except Nintendo has emulated it at this point. It's obviously a very important aspect. And I think that Microsoft's issue was they didn't do a good job of showing it or selling what this feature is. So this is a features trailer.
That's been all of their trailers outside of the Legend of Zelda trailer. That's been it.
Yeah,
even when we saw
marketing works.
When we saw Mario, it was in a features trailer, which is fuck you, man.
I mean, there've only been 2 features trailers. Only been 2 trailers, and they've both been features. And this is a Super Bowl commercial, which is going to touch the largest quantity.
Look, I get it.
You don't want to focus on
the
games.
The problem I had with Switch from the beginning, with the way they were marketing it, is it's a Dr. Seuss console. You could play it on a roof with a shoof. You could be aloof. And it's what if I don't do any of those things? I just want to play it at home, most people.
You didn't.
But you can play it in a boat with a goat.
But if you want to play it that way, you can play it that way. You can play it like a regular console. And that's the selling point. That's the biggest selling point of the console, is that you can, as opposed to, as an example, I was talking to my team about bringing my PlayStation VR up for them to play it. So, that's my console and my PSVR and, the little box and all the cords. And, it is a massive undertaking to unhook everything, take it, and play it. Something like the Switch is just like illustrated in this trailer, you drop it in your backpack and you take it, and then you can have different experiences with different types of games.
It's I like to.
I just might not be the target audience for it. I'm the target audience. I part of it for their games,
for sure.
I love Zelda, Mario. For everything else, probably not.
But are you the target audience anyway for a Super Bowl commercial?
It doesn't matter the context. We're not watching it at the Super Bowl, so.
I know, but the target audience are the people who are watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
The target.
But at the same time, their last commercial was basically that too. And that wasn't a Super Bowl commercial. Even if this wasn't a Super Bowl commercial, it would have still been that same fucking commercial.
But how do you sell what the Nintendo Switch is?
I like his idea of going with Dr. Seuss rhymes.
Yeah, they should have done it that way.
Where it's I want to play it on the Switch, so let me grab my Nintendo Switch.
He's saying that's what they did do.
They just did it without, stepping on Dr. Seuss's toes,
They
alluded to it.
They should do that.
They should have went all in.
They should just, go all in. That's what I'm saying.
It's I see what you're saying. It's just it's not hey, this console is this good.
You're not necessarily opposed to this type of marketing. You personally just don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, fine. I think
that's okay.
This is what they've always done. It's just when I see it, I'm why don't you sell me on how fun it is? Not here's where you can do it.
That's what that is.
It was trying to...
You can't sell me with people doing this while...
I know, but how do you... Tell me how
you...
Sell me on how fun something is, then.
Show me, great features. Show me great games. Which, so far, we've seen a game and a snippet of another one. One, Skyrim, which, did that recently now just get confirmed?
I believe so.
It got confirmed on the 12th.
So, yeah, it was this, we're not even going to be sure that this is even a thing. So
it wasn't that we aren't even going to be sure. It's just that whenever they showed it, They were like, here are examples, because they couldn't physically announce it yet, because Nintendo didn't want them to
either way,
announce
like, look, if it works for them, good. This is for marketing.
I still want you
like,
to explain to me how a game trailer can show that a game is fun.
I would have to pull up.
What's an example of showing that a game is fun that's not showing a paid actor having fun?
Showing more gameplay.
But that doesn't show that the game is going to be fun.
Right, but no, like, to me,
if it's just a game.
That's what that translates to me. Like, look how good these games look. Not, hey, the games might suck.
Absolutely.
There might not be games, but you can play them in a submarine.
Like, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that, but the verbiage that you said was show me how games can be fun.
You can play them on a wing.
No, I said, like, show me, like, sell me on the games, like, and that they'll be fun. Which, showing me excellent parts from the games, which they do in little bitty chunks, bite-sized chunks.
If you're watching this on YouTube, rewind back to when DKP said the fun thing, and then comment with the time.
Hold on. So let me clarify what I meant. What I meant was that.
Okay, that's fair. I'll allow it.
I felt like it was trying to be show more different age of audience using it. Like, kind of be the Wii, how the Wii was going for multiple age difference audience.
For sure.
I kind of got that with this commercial.
Also, their choice of music is a complete McNugget party. Like, who the fuck actually...
I don't disagree with
Who do
that.
you know
Where's
that, like,
the
has that song on their iPod,
well, that song,
or whatever, and is like, oh, this is my jam.
Personally, not a huge fan of the song. I like the I like the editing, like the parts where, like, the music, the beat would drop or whatever, where it's like,
I mean,
where the music kicks in, he like plugs it in and it appears on his TV.
Though. Like, you've seen me do that.
I have seen you do that. I'm not. It's not a question of how impressive or unimpressive it is.
Okay.
It's a question of that I like that type of editing.
Right.
When you and I do stuff, and I'm like, oh, I like this editing part of Owlboy when you're editing that video, because when he's doing this, the music turns into this.
Yeah.
Like, I like that stuff, and this trailer has that stuff. I like the idea that this trailer has moments where when it plugs in, then the music like gets crazy. I like seeing that.
Yeah.
I also like the song uses the word like I'm a believer or whatever. I like the idea. I know both of you are just eating this up.
We believe.
I like the use of the song,
says.
and I like what the song is about. It's about like
It speaks to my soul.
You make me a believer.
We believe.
It's the trailer. The purpose of it is to sell people on it, and using a song like that in like conjunction with that type of trailer, I think that it is the perfect type of marketing for Super.
So does Morning Shark. The music they picked worked for me. Hashtag courage.
See,
it took a lot of courage admitting what you just admitted.
BLT with cheese and avocado with pickle on the side. I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that good? Do people like
I'm thinking he's alluding that it's shitty. Because who wants avocados when you could have pickles instead of avocados?
This is Arby's Corp.
That's what I'm saying. He's alluding that it's shitty.
He's forever marketing Arby's, which is perfect.
So that shows me, like, right there that I'm just simply not their demographic for this commercial. And you more in line are. That, like, you gotta.
He
like,
believes.
You know what I mean? I don't think that I'm the demographic.
No, but like more so than
because I know all of those things.
Right, but I mean, like, more so than I am.
It doesn't sell me on those things. I appreciate what
I already believed you before.
I have an appreciation.
I was believing
for that level of marketing. The actual commercial itself, like, I mean, I obviously already pre-ordered Switch. Like, you're not going to sell me on it with a commercial. Like, the announcement of one is going to sell me on it. But what I think is I think it's really, really good marketing to have at the Super Bowl, showing what this console has the ability to do.
Let's picture my stepdad's going to be watching the Super Bowl. He's going to be sitting there, hearing that, "Make me a believer."
And he's going to be like,
hey,
DJ.
No, he's going
to call you up and be like, are you getting one of them Nintendo Switches?
He's like, what the hell is this bullshit?
Me and some friends are going to go to Washington and visit Trump. And I just thought it'd be a real good idea.
No, you're thinking of my
pick up one of them
dad,
Switches.
not my stepdad.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No, like, I don't want to focus on this too much longer. So I'll give my last, like, piece on it. Like, when I
heard it here first, guys.
I saw what they were doing when, like, the believer part, but I was like, that's so fucking lame. Like,
and then you have the opposite end of the spectrum, which, like,
which is what I mean. Like, that's just why, like, you're definitely more of the target audience for that than I am. I'm not saying, like, you're the target audience.
No,
if there's anything wrong with that either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it was definitely not pointed in my direction, which is fine. That's okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I still think it's incredibly good marketing. Incredibly good marketing.
Sure,
as
yeah.
I've gotten older, my sneezes have become louder and more painful. Is the Switch hypoallergenic?
Hey, Canada says, yeah.
Re-watching that trailer, you can definitely tell it's hypoallergenic. So,
making my allergies itch.
So, what'd you think
about the trailer?
Yeah, you've
I
just
don't-
been like,
I don't
you've
care
just been
about the
cackling.
Switch.
You've just been cackling for like the last.
So, like, I don't care about the Switch. The marketing on it was that whatever. Like, they might as well use a U2 song. Like, that's how lame the one they picked was to me.
It just cuts. Like
Bono
by the way,
singing.
I think it's 21 Pilots.
and then it cuts scenes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Bono.
That's how to cut it. You'd have been like, dude, it was so fucking killer.
The yeah spoke to me.
Every time you said yeah, it showed something cooler about the Switch. And I was thinking,
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
yeah.
too.
The trailer was thinking
They
yeah.
were telling me yeah.
Good trailer, great marketing. You heard it here first.
The
guys.
Switch to me is whatever, so I can't
I'm
say.
so excited for this.
I'm like him. That marketing was definitely not for me.
DKP's not excited.
It's just not for me. I'm excited to play Zelda and Mario, but I'm not excited like about the
Grand
Switch.
Theft Mario does look pretty good.
I pre-ordered a Switch for him, and he's like, "No, I don't want that pre-order anymore." Find
No,
somebody
I'll
else
take
that
it because I
wants
want to play Zelda and Mario. But like,
You can play Zelda on the
I
Wii
can't
U.
play Mario though.
Not until October anyway, or November.
When is Zelda going to be available that day?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Did that just make you
Breath of the Wild,
a
get it from me?
believer?
No,
Believer.
no, because Horizons will be out and it's going to be a million
Morning
times
Shark
better.
says it. Yeah, it's lame to us, but I'm telling you, all my non-gamer friends dug it.
Bam!
And
Marketing.
You need some new non-gamer friends then. Sorry.
Bam. Whoa,
I'm
bro.
kidding. Come on.
Whoa, bro.
So fascist.
He's making them digs.
Dude, so we bought a soundboard, like a professional one, but I just haven't hooked it up yet because I don't know how complicated it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm still like getting the other audio system working, but I want to somehow isolate a Festus cackle as one of them.
I'll be
I'm
there
gonna
for you
comb
when you
through
need it.
every bit we have to see if I can find a clean.
Well, just
perfect-
remember
the
episode
perfect one.
66.
All right.
Actually, the episode's called Festus Sucks. So, as
Yeah.
he's
The
as he's
irony in
proven,
that episode,
as he's
the name of
proven.
that episode.
So Dirty Raptor says that anyone hyped for the Apocalypse Now game? Yeah, I backed it. Decent bit of money. I don't think it's going to get funding, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I just don't know how you can make a game of that movie. Like,
well, they want this. This
it
is
gonna,
kind of
like-
off topic, but like they want to make it like stealth survival horror almost instead of like a shooter. Like it's being in
like
Vietnam,
not getting
like-
caught and stuff. Like
Well, just like the enemies
MGS
are,
style.
Yeah, probably something like that actually, but less Japanese and corny. Which
King
don't
of
get
the
me
North.
wrong, love, but would not fit for Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
So okay, I love the smell of Jamocha in the morning.
Festus is the king of the North.
I hope it means the John Smith King or John Snow King of the North. Because
John
I don't,
Smith.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Rob. He gets jacked.
Are we ready to move on?
I think so. Nintendo Switch is the bomb, yeah.
By the way, Mr. Kurtzen, what'd you think of it? We'll wait for the answer to that one. So, all right,
No
Switch
spoilers.
Online sub price.
Did we miss any comments?
Not
Love the smell of
really.
Jamocha. Switch totally isn't the Wii U. # alternative facts.
This isn't my console. Hashtag this.
As
isn't
I've
my
gotten older, my
console.
sneezes have gotten louder and more painful.
You say hashtag not my console.
Yeah, hashtag not my console.
All right, this one's going to tie to an article written by Chris Pereira from GameSpot.
They fucking would hire someone named Chris Pereira.
Thank you. It's titled Nintendo Switch's online subscription service may cost less than you expect. Quote, with Switch, Nintendo will finally enter a space that Microsoft and Sony have been in for years, offering a subscription-based online service for its console. Most of the details about it remain unknown, but we now have some idea of how much it will cost. As relayed by industry analyst Sirkin Toto on Twitter, Nintendo president Tatsumi Kimishima has indicated to Japanese publication Nikkei that the online service will cost 2,000 to 3,000 yen annually. That translates to $17.62 to $26.44 in US dollars. For any of our Europeans out there, that's $16.39 to $24.58, and for any of our friends in the UK, it's $13.94 to $20.91. Sorry if they're Canadian friends, couldn't tell you. End quote, and then back to it. Quote, keep in mind, even if this ends up as the price in Japan, it doesn't mean it will be the same in other regions around the world. If it does, it would be far less than Xbox Live Gold and PlayStation Plus from the US, whether you look at the regular price, $60, or sale prices, which is about $40. Beyond the price, Kimishima doesn't have much else to share about the service, which was first announced as part of the Big Switch event. We know it's used to facilitate online multiplayer and provides access to a free NES or SNES game, possibly with online multiplayer added each month. However, unlike the PlayStation Plus and games with gold freebies, free access to that game is only available for a single month. This online service will be available through a beta test of sorts initially with the full service and a subscription fee, not debuting sometime until this fall. So, do you know about the free thing that I just mentioned? Like the quote-unquote free rental? Have you heard about that before? For Switch?
No.
So, Nintendo is about to start charging for online, which I got very excited about because I'm like, oh, that means a robust service. Turns out there's all this weird stuff to it, as there always is with Nintendo.
Reggie's Law, right?
Yep, Reggie's Law. So one of them is the online service is going to come in the form of an app for your phone.
We talked about this.
Yeah. The second thing is that you're going to get, so like PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live games for gold, as long as you pay for the subscription, you get access to new games every month that just add to that library. And if 5 years down the road, if you're still paying for that subscription, you can download games that you downloaded 5 years ago.
I didn't know that. I thought they were only available for that month.
That's how it is for Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh.
But for Nintendo, they're only available for that month. So if it's
so you did know all this.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought they were only available for that month for PlayStation and Xbox. So
you can only download them at that price. Once you have downloaded them or added them to your library,
forever. Yes.
You have them forever.
And Nintendo's not doing that.
Nintendo is not doing that. What Nintendo is doing is, let's say it's Donkey Kong Country for the month of October. Mm-hmm. For the month of October, everybody who pays for the online service gets access to Donkey Kong Country for free from October 1st to October 31st. On November 1st, the game is however much it's going to cost to play.
That's kind of lame.
It is kind of lame. It works as a rental, basically.
So, yeah, here's the thing. Like, it's like, hey, it's cheaper. Good.
It is cheaper. That's getting us into the discussion of what this is.
But
it's cheaper.
The service itself is basically gimped hard.
The service is gimped. But if you think about it, like, based on this, it could be as high as
at the same time though, if it's
$26 a year,
if it's like 25 to $30,
$2.15 a month. $2.15 a month.
So what it basically is this. It's if you are willing to eat up the battery of your cell phone, you can do VoIP in matchmaking through your cell phone, which is horrible.
Yeah.
And apart from that, they give you limited rental access to a game. You're not getting anything.
Yep.
So
for $2,
I still say
a month.
That's still too fucking high. Like
I don't think
that service in itself.
I'm kind of with you. Like you're cutting the price in half, $30 as opposed to $60.
But like, what are you getting from it though?
Well, you're getting what you pay for.
All the stuff that you just talked about.
Which is, do you want that to begin with?
I mean, do I want the ability to play Splatoon 2 online? Yes.
But like, look at the way it's done. Like
I get that the way it's done is a big problem. I don't disagree with that. The way that it's done is a problem. I'm not happy with using an app. When it's in practice, that my mind might be changed. But as of right now, not happy about draining my battery phone life, and my Switch life to play Splatoon 2 online in the park. I'm not happy about that. Even though the park probably won't have Wi-Fi access, so I'm fucked anyway. Got to be able to play it in the park. But if I want to play it at work, I'm not happy about having to use and drain the life from both of them.
I'm telling you, like, I don't, like, the rental game part kind of sucks, but, like, that's, like, that's the most, like, non-egregious part to me. The phone app thing.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Works. If they, like Mr. Kurtz's saying, if they just fix that, I would be like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But like that's such a huge colossal fuck up in my opinion.
Well, it's a
drain two batteries.
The vibes I'm getting from you is this is not Reggie's Law. This is worse than Reggie's Law. And I feel like it's Reggie's Law. I feel like the steps back, it's because it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I think you feel like it's 2 steps forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
What's the proper Reggie Law here?
I mean, regardless, it's either Reggie's Law or it's
back.
Super Reggie's Law, like whatever.
But I don't feel like it's that extreme because I do think that there are good things that we're getting here, and I think that those good things that we're getting is easily worth $2.10 or whatever a month. I think those things are worth it.
I'll be honest, when I PlayStation Plus, like I'm more paying to play online than I am to get the free months, the free games that month.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and let's hit a couple comments real quick because I want to get to Morning Sharks especially.
For sure.
But Arby says I'd be fine with one of the Japanese medical semen extractors as an add-on, $14.99. That'd be fucking rad,
right?
I mean, I could tape you one. to it if you need it. But he said they're trying to salvage battery life. So that's a very good question.
Yeah,
right?
they are. You and I talked about that
Here's
today.
the thing, though. How about this? How about when you get cashed outside playing? Yeah. He hates that.
How about that?
No, listen. How about this? That was unintentional.
Go ahead.
But it's like, all right, when you're at home, plugged in on your television, boom, full VoIP through the fucking thing. You don't got to worry about it. But if you want to take it on the go, then it's a companion app. Fine.
I see that.
But to have it companion app only.
So
when battery life, when you're at home with it docked, playing it, isn't a problem.
You and I talked about this, and sorry guys, we'll definitely get to some comments. I promise we're not ignoring you. Or maybe we are, but it's not intentional.
No, I got most of them.
You did. You're on top of it.
Except for the people that you didn't. They're going to be like, she didn't get mine though. I'm just fucking with you. We'll definitely come back in comments. Anyway, what I had heard is that it's a big part of it's associated with processing power too. It's not just battery life. Like the processing power to do an overlay of an application that is within the Switch that would have to lay on top of every one of the games. There's a bearing on the actual like ability, the hardware itself outside of just battery life.
Okay.
That it's much easier for them to put that processing power. So, in addition to, one of the reasons that we never had voice chat for so many games for like Wii U and stuff like that is because they said this is consoles for everybody. So we want kids to be able to play, and we don't want kids to like be impacted by this. But this is a way of doing like a child protection thing by requiring you to have a cell phone.
we want kids to play. Yet, what is it?
It's not that they don't want kids to play.
Wii U,
it's an additional...
No, they said they did. Wii U Uno came out. There were a bunch of people jerking off in front of children on camera. Like, come on.
And here's the way. And here's the way to make that better.
You play on the Wii U and you just see fucking like all sorts of horrible memes and fucking racist shit being put across for it.
And this is a way to protect.
But voice over IP would have been far too much. Like, that's hindsight for him, I'm sure. But
yeah,
okay, but.
Do you know what I'm saying though? I
see what you're saying.
It covers multiple different bases. Again, not that I'm agreeing with it, but understanding.
We talked about this the other night off stream a little bit, and basically I was like, look, I get it's small, it's nice, and it's easy, right?
Yeah.
To take this thing with you, but you should have made it just a little bit thicker or something. If it sacrificed its thinness to give you a better battery. And maybe even a little bit better hardware, so you could have this. Like, far too late now, because the hardware's already been locked in with manufacturers and all that. But, it's like, from the beginning, you fucking should have done this, in my opinion.
That's fair. I mean, I don't agree with you. I think it's completely fair, though. I think there's too many other areas that they would have had to make sacrifices, like price. And I think a price over $299 makes it too uncomfortable for the market. I think $299 almost makes it too uncomfortable for the market. All right, let's hit some comments. We'll come back.
All right.
Scroll up a little bit. Morning Shark says, checks empty wallet. Thank you, Nintendo, right? It's found with one of those Japanese medical semen extractors.
Like, I got most of them, man.
Are they trying to salvage battery life? Reggie's Law ×2. Advanced Reggie's Law. I don't even own my PS4 anymore, and I still go to the website and claim my free games since my PlayStation Plus is paid up.
Yep.
Show. I don't think it's a bad solution, the phone app. Just a weird one. Are we supposed to wear an earphone in one ear from our phone and our Switch? That's fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
That's how the audio works. Is the audio going to come through the app? The game audio going to come through the app? Or do I have to hear half of them?
Who knows?
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Children have headphones.
Have cell phones. Yeah,
they do. Absolutely. They do. But do they pay for online service subscriptions
also,
and have cell phones? And
Nintendo, fuck you with your think of the kids. Like,
they poor children.
Yeah, how dare they?
Like, it's not gonna help. No other console manufacturer's doing this, and I haven't seen a news article in a long time about 8-year-old boy gets solicited for fucking sodomy by some guy on Call of Duty. I've never seen that. All right, like, fuck off.
I've seen it. You're just not looking in the right places.
I mean, I guess
you're not in the dark corners.
I'm not fucking searching for it.
Nope. Just to kind of my closing thoughts on it. I'm not happy with the online service way that I'm not happy with the way they're doing it.
But at least
I am not unhappy with the price. If there's any like glass half full portion of what they're doing from an online
at least it's not full $60 price.
The price is not the thing that I'm upset about. A lot of people have been defending the whole one game a month thing, and there's a certain piece of
those
it.
People are okay.
You hear me out.
I will
Hear me out. I mean, you're still going to disagree, but at least you guys hear me out. There's one part that I think is interesting that I think they may be onto something with. I'm not 100% sold on it, but it's going to create this atmosphere of like a book club or a video game club. It's going to create a community. It is, regardless of how you feel about it. There will be communities created online surrounding the free rental. There will be, it's like, imagine if like the first month it launches with Earthbound. It's definitely not going to because they're mean.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Because they're so mean.
They're going to be like, hey guys, we only got a month to do it.
We have a month to do this.
Let's get cracking and beat this game. It's like
that game, I guarantee you that game will have significantly more like Twitch streams. I guarantee you it will have its own like message boards in places. That particular game of that particular month will be an event. And even from the perspective of us, like, we could turn it into an event for, like, Chainsaw 8, where it's like,
gotta beat this Switch game.
Hey, guys, this is the Switch game of the month, or this is the NES or SNES game of the month. Let's all play it together and let's, like, talk about it. And then on one episode of, like, the last episode of the month, we'll give our overall impressions of it. We'll talk to you guys.
Nintendo is like Bob Ross, those fucking thumbs cut off. Like, oh, that's just fucked up there, but look, they're making a club out of it. What a happy little accident. There's no mistakes here. Like,
but do you? I mean, you just said that you see that will happen.
Yeah, but I see it not as. I don't think that's their intent, though. I think their intent is like, we don't want to give this shit away for free because Nintendo never does that.
Yeah,
but
and we
like,
want to make our money off.
Hey guys, but look.
Yeah.
Look what we can do with peanuts.
It's the equivalent of a demo, is what it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's the equivalent of a demo. Except they give you a whole month to beat a game that's potentially less than 5 hours. So, hit a couple of comments, then we can move on. If you guys want to go into your final thoughts on it. A man was arrested for sexting a minor over Xbox Live.
Kurtzen, shut up. You're not helping my point.
and that man molested me. No,
no, that was me.
That's because
was arrested, by the way.
It's an 8-year-old soliciting a 45-year-old man's mother.
If
you had to choose between getting a PS4 or Switch for the first time, what would you take? And what is your stance on women voting? I would get a Switch. What are you doing right now?
Reading that
Festus
last comment.
Thomas wearing shorts. Rip out some of that leg hair. I'm not wearing shorts.
I'm trying here.
The Red Priestess requires it. If I had to choose a PS4 or a Switch, it would depend on the games that they had at launch and the price, but probably the Switch, just because I'm a Nintendo fan. What's my stance on women voting? Thumbs up.
Who has that?
Keep them voting.
Oh, Arby's?
Or Arby's.
What's your stance on it? I want to be in line with Arby's Corp.
Oh, of course you do. You want to wait.
He's our best sponsor.
You could flex to somebody. He's our best sponsor or Arby's best sponsor?
Both. He's our only sponsor.
What would you guys do?
We're doing pro bono right now. But
I know what you would do, but I'm
on women voting?
No, both of these things. Both of these things.
Which
you don't
one?
have to comment on the women voting,
choose between a Switch for the first time or a PS4 for the first time? That's a no-brainer. I'd be getting a PS4 like crazy.
Yeah.
Same. Because it's like, all right, Bloodborne is coming out.
Right? Neo.
I mean, do we know Bloodborne was coming out when the PS4?
Yeah.
PS4 at launch.
That's why I bought a PS4 at launch.
Did we really know Bloodborne was coming out?
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I thought Bloodborne.
The Bloodborne was announced before the PS4 release.
One of the things that the Easy Allies does is something called a Prove It ticket that they get every like episode. I wish we did a Prove It ticket so I could like hand it to you and be like, can you prove to me that Bloodborne was announced before the PlayStation 4 launched? But
yeah, I can. I feel pretty sure.
I'm comfortable.
What's cool you guys move on, I will
okay.
Look it up real quick.
I'm completely cool with being wrong on this. I just don't feel like I am.
Okay.
I'm like Uncharted. I mean, I don't know.
We knew Uncharted was coming for sure. And that's something we talked about in last week's episode is, or no, I think I talked about this on the,
I mean, aren't we going to talk about our exclusive or?
Yeah, we're going to talk about here in a little bit.
That's definitely what's
I guess we'll save it for then because it does make a lot more sense in context to that stuff. Also, the Switch game list grew to 100 games.
Oh man, check this out. Bloodborne was announced trailer at E3 2014. PS4 released November.
Yeah, it did come out in 2014.
So
that's not what yours is saying. It said 2013, dude.
That's when it was announced.
No, it did come out in 2013.
It did?
Yeah, because the Wii U was 2012.
Well, I remember I bought a PS4 because Bloodborne was coming out on it because I didn't have either one.
So that's what I'm saying in context of both of these pre-launch. Would you buy a Switch pre-launch or a PS4 pre-launch
without knowing all that stuff's coming?
Take yourself back.
I don't know. Can we move on?
Still,
I don't know. It's a hard question. I have to think about it.
Bloodborne announced 2014.
I just feel like
I didn't know we were.
Sorry. I feel like I'm not giving you what you need here for this question, and we're going off the rails because of it.
Well, I sold my soul to Sony long ago. So
and I sold my soul to Nintendo. So you were really the only real answer, and we got too tough for you.
Probably a PS4, honestly.
Okay.
My boy.
You're like Knack and Killzone.
Gotta get
Shadowfall.
That
Hey,
yeah, I gotta get one.
I didn't like Shadowfall, but Killzone's always been one of my favorite franchises.
That's fair. PS4 could finally do Journey and Last Guardian.
Speaking of Last Guardian, oof. Took a permanent $20 price cut.
Yep.
Damn.
Time for everybody to buy it.
So worth it,
dude.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, I called him right when I was about to play it, and I was like, I don't know about all this.
Oh, bro, you've been talking mad shit.
I've been on
Guardian.
You. Last Guardian has been my stance on it before
I never
played
heard
it.
that.
He's been calling it the Last Guardian for fucking
And then I played
months.
it, and I was absolutely blown away.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, I'm cool to move on.
All right. So we got Snake Pass. I don't know what this is, but you were
I
pretty
played the PSX. I talked about it in our post PSX episode of
It's
Prep
like a
8.
copperhead snake.
It's a platformer, but you can't jump.
A water moccasin.
Yeah, man.
Last Guardian, best $60 I ever spent. Right?
Clearly
I don't know if
you ain't bought Bloodborne then.
I was about to say I don't know about the best $60 I ever spent. It was a Christmas gift, but it was a fun as fuck game.
I didn't pay a damn dime.
Yeah, I didn't
for
pay
it.
a dime for it.
I'm a grown man.
You ain't bought Neo yet, so we'll see, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Snake
Bloodborne,
Pass.
and that was so.
It's like imagine something like a N64 style 3D platformer collectathon, except you don't jump. You're a snake, and you has really good snake physics. So you have to move the joystick back and forth. Snake physics. So you have to move the joystick back and forth to
It's trademark, by the way.
You have to move your head.
Okay, so you gotta
you have to
draw S's
along.
with your joypad.
Yeah. So if you could see, he's climbed on this pole in this picture. So there's a collectible on the top. So you have to loop around and go on the different branches to have it hold your weight so you can get higher up.
Yeah, sure.
And I played it at PSX and it was a fucking blast.
That actually sounds pretty rad. I'm down with that.
Now, honestly, when I saw the Snake Pass and not seeing a slide for it, I was hoping for something with Konami.
I thought it was like a paid service.
I was hoping for something with Konami, like a remake of Metal Gear Solid.
What it is, you pay an X amount of fee or whatever, and then you get new Metal Gear games for the rest of your
Metal
life.
Gear remake.
Every month there's a
Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
It's like an endless...
Dude, there was this video...
It's like Walking Dead.
By the way, speaking of Hideo Kojima, there's a video Adify sent me of this channel that did a Zelda retrospective. Really and they were talking about the creator of Zelda, and they showed Shigeru Miyamoto that showed a picture of Kojima. Oh, that's fucking good.
White snakes can't jump.
They really can't, though. I don't know, man. I've seen snakes jump out of trees and shit.
So this is the true spiritual successor to Snake Rattle and Roll from the NES,
or the original Snake game.
That excites me.
But I played it. I talked to the devs. It was a lot of fun. It's coming out of PSX. It was my most
When's it coming
didn't
out,
know it was coming. Now I'm super hyped for it again. I don't know, this year sometime.
So why are we talking about it? Just
because it's coming to Switch.
Oh, it is. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Which is where I want.
Terrific.
Is it a launch game?
No.
He's
okay.
No.
I did pull up an article on it, but I'll Google it real quick if you want to hit a couple of comments.
Well, we hit them all. Except, breaking news. Pebev's in full support of women voting. I don't know if you do that or not.
Good job, Pebev.
Doing the happy dance.
Speaking of, dude, we almost had a political discussion in this week's Prep Ape.
I put the brakes on that bitch, though. No.
He did pull the e-brake on that one real quick.
Far too divisive.
So this is what the developer said. They said, considering the short amount of time we've been working on the platform and the fact that Switch isn't launched yet, things have gone surprisingly well. We had the game up and running within a week. Nintendo and Epic has given us tremendous support when we needed it. The use of Unreal gave us a great head start when we got the hardware. So I guess that speaks to the hardware. But when they talked about the release date, they just said, be on the lookout. It's coming soon.
And it was
like a
soon.
Boo. All right. Kevin says, I want to know what the Forbidden Top was women voting specifically. So
no, it was about is Donald Trump affecting video games? That's all.
Let's move on.
I was about to say,
you're not going to hear what we think about it on our show. Okay. Somebody hit me with an exclamation point disclaimer before I get into this.
Yes, please.
This comes by way of Polygon from Allegra Frank.
Dude, they hire so many women named Allegra over there. It's crazy.
I think it's the same.
It's person. Like that's her specific requirement if you're a woman to be hired on that.
It's like she wanted to be Urethra Franklin but couldn't commit to either first or last. So she was like, "All right, I'm not gonna be named Urethra, and I don't want Franklin. That's too many syllables. So I'll just be Allegra Frank." That's how it happened. You could ask a writer and ask her.
All right. BioWare's next new series launches by March 2018. That's the title. Quote, a new original intellectual property from BioWare will launch by the end of this fiscal year. By this, we mean the next one. Electronic Arts announced on a conference call for investors. The action title is expected by March 31st, 2018, when the company's 2017 fiscal year ends. So, no, when the 2018 fiscal year ends. I don't know if this person knows how fiscal years work. Anyway, EA CEO Andrew Wilson teased details about the game, which is being worked on by members of the Mass Effect franchise. The game will have an online component of some kind, encouraging players to interact in a completely new setting. This is what Andrew Wilson said. He said, it's an action it's an action adventure, but not an RPG. Oh yeah, those are Destiny characters.
Well, good eye.
Yeah, I was about to say,
those are Destiny characters.
Why are there Destiny characters?
Those are definitely Destiny characters. Because there is no concept art or footage or any information, any visual information on this game.
One of them kind of looks like a Quarian,
Destiny
well, if you listen to this...
go ahead.
It's an action-adventure, not RPG. That's a change of pace for BioWare, which is best known for its role-playing game. Studio fans will expect to see the great RPG character development and story progression that BioWare is known for. That's about all we know about the BioWare game. However, this is also, quote, BioWare Vice President Aaron Flynn included further details. 2012, we began crafting a new universe full of new character stories and gameplay. Our ambition is simple: draw upon 20-plus years of development knowledge and lessons to create something fun and new for you to enjoy with your friends. So, all that reminds me of, it's an online action-adventure game. That reminds me of Destiny. I don't know if it's going to be anything like that. It could be like a Sea of Thieves. You know what I'm saying? That like pirate game,
those actors
where you and a bunch of your friends get together. But when I hear that BioWare is working on an action adventure game that you can play with friends, it makes me think of Destiny.
What a flop!
That's why these are Destiny pictures.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Anyone know that this game is going to be about? Any plot elements? Nothing is known. I'm sure there are lots of people in our building who know lots of details on it. I am not one of those people. Anytime there's something that's not announced, yeah, we all have to sign like extra NDAs. Like we all sign specific NDAs, but we have to sign extra NDAs based on games.
Like they'll cut your tongue off if you talk about it.
Yeah, or fire you, which is way worse. So I don't know jack shit about this game.
Something they sever his dick from him. Like, now you can go.
Yeah. But I don't know. It could be cool. Like it's BioWare, so. No,
I don't get much on this. Like, I trust BioWare. Could be cool, but we don't know what the fuck it is yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not exactly like Destiny, which was they were similar to Borderlands, which I think that type of game is played out at this point. Yeah. But oh my god, you know what I fucking really hope it's not? A team-based shooter, like fucking Team Fortress 2 or the Myriad of Clones.
Oh yeah, I guess it could be. I didn't think about that. It could be something like Overwatch.
I really hope
they call it Underwatch.
I mean, they said they've been working on it since 2012.
Underlisten.
Yeah, Underlisten.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
Undersea.
I mean, until we know more about it, not much. Like,
okay,
we'll see what they pull out though.
One of those we'll see answers you love so much.
Love those we'll sees. If Nintendo remasters Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey 98, I'll get a Switch and 20 Nintendo stock.
Was Gretzky 64? The one for 64 was amazing.
Oh, I got a signed copy of NES Roger Clemens MVP Baseball.
Ooh,
yeah, pretty rad. Signed by Raj himself. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
yeah,
giving you those ribs.
All right,
that's true. By the way,
let's move on. Yay! We get to talk about Resident Evil.
Yep, we do.
I decided to spin this tale in terms of sales being down. In actuality, it sold really well, just not super well. So this comes from GameSpot. Man named Oscar Deus.
Amadeus?
Amadeus.
They would fucking hire some dude named Amadeus.
Or Dr. Sayers.
The title of it is Resident Evil 7.
Dr. Sayers.
Resident Evil 7 ships 2.5 million. Pushes series sales to 75 million.
All right.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard has shipped 2.5 million copies to retail, says publisher Capcom. Shipped. So not sold through. Make sure that you guys always listen out for those two things. If somebody says shipped, that's how many the retailer shipped out. If they say sold or sold through, that means how many copies have actually been sold.
That's the number I want.
Wasn't this game spoiled? Plot details were leaked like a month before it came out. Yeah.
Did you find them?
I mean, I think it could. I think it could.
My man
could affect.
I didn't watch any of the trailers.
Dude, he knows. Like we had a conversation about some things that happened at the end before he even played it. Fuck.
Oh, really?
About the character or characters potentially.
All right, we'll talk about it later. Let's not spoil it for anybody.
So back to the quotes. Resident Evil 7 has shipped 2.5 million copies to retailers, bringing the series as a whole to the 75 million sales mark. Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6 are Capcom's best-selling games ever, with 7.1 million and 6.6 million sales respectively. 7.1 million is how much Resident Evil 5 sold. This has sold 2.5 million so far. These have had a considerably longer time on the market, however.
Yeah, and digital sales haven't been included.
Yep. So Biohazard launched on January 24th. Publisher has called the game sales a solid start. It will be hoping for more in the coming weeks. However, it expected Resident Evil 7 to sell 4 million copies before the end of the fiscal year, which is March 31st.
I think it'll sell more than 4.
I mean, if word of mouth
with digital sales included,
if word of mouth continues to go as well as it's going, I think they'll be in a good spot. Should be noted that 2.5 million figure refers to copies shipped to retail. The precise number sold through to customers remains unclear. The game launched to critical acclaim. Blah blah blah. Yep. The rest of it's about the movie.
God, that's terrible. That's so awful.
Son. Yo,
what's up, son?
Aki is back. Guess who's back?
Maybe, just maybe, they could have shipped more if they didn't have VR exclusivity. Because there were a lot of people that I've been reading online, like that are PC users, that would have bought it. Who were like, yeah, I'm not buying this till it's available for VR. Like,
yeah. Like, I think even if every single person who had an Oculus Rift and every single person who had an HTC Vive had the ability to play it in VR, and every single one of them bought it, that still wouldn't have helped them reach a higher milestone.
Not 4 million.
I don't even think there are a million VR headsets
I think it would have helped
available
pretty well
on the PC.
I didn't think the VR was that cool, but I was playing on the PlayStation where it's kind of grainy.
Yeah.
We're doing well.
Yeah, we're doing good.
I don't think that helped him, but how much the impact was, who knows?
For sure. I definitely think it would have done something. I don't think it would have been huge.
Yeah,
I saw his comment.
Of course.
Question for the ages.
I stopped like halfway through it. I'll come back to it, Arby's. Do you think that the direction for Resident Evil had anything to do with it? Do you think if it would have been another action title akin to Resident Evil 5 and 6?
No.
I think the first person had a lot to do with it. I mean, honestly, like you were talking to me earlier, you said I was a bigger Resident Evil fan than you are.
Yeah.
And I honestly, whenever I saw the first person, totally deterred me from buying this title. Like, I just started playing at your house since I've been here the past couple of days. Other than that, I never would have bought it and played for myself.
That's disappointing because it's fucking good.
Yeah,
it's.
I think Festus is right. I think the first person thing had something to do with it, but I don't think the fact that it wasn't an action game had something to do with it.
Yeah,
like it could have easily been third person with the way it is now.
Yeah,
just and I think it would have sold better, but.
I think the first person works way better for it, though.
No, I think it works
the way it's paced.
I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about sales and like what affected it,
sure.
Yeah, I think Festus is right as far as like first person fucked a lot of people up.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's the lack of action that made people go like, oh no, I don't want to buy it.
Yeah. Well, when I say action, I consider the other games action titles, and this isn't an action.
I consider an action.
4 and up is
I
action.
mean, in terms of the genre. Not necessarily in terms of how much action is in the game. Just in terms of how you would categorize the game. Who's the redneck in the middle?
It's old Festus.
This is Festus. Good friend
What's
of
up,
ours from
Beardnet?
way back.
How you doing?
And Beardnet says, with how bad 6 was, I don't think people wanted the Resident Evil.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that.
You could say
too.
that, but
Did
like
6
either because it sold really well though.
Yeah,
6 did.
6 was
either a shitload of people bought it on blind faith that hey, Capcom's making a new Resident Evil and then hated it, or I don't know. Like,
and something else that of course needs to be taken into account is there were more PS3s and Xbox 360s out in the wild during the time of Resident Evil 6's
many
launch,
less digital
than there are
sales
with
as
Xbox
well.
One. Yes, and digital was not on the rise, and we don't know the digital numbers. These are all just what was sold to retailers specifically. So, anecdotally, just personally speaking, I went to GameStop yesterday, and I was like, I asked the guy, like, how you liking Resident Evil 7? He's like, I haven't bought it yet. And I was like, oh, you should check it out. It's really good. He's like, yeah, everybody keeps telling me it's amazing, and we keep selling out of it.
So there you go.
It's like they get them in and they sell them out. So they could have either sold more if they would have shipped more, or it's just not quite doing the numbers yet.
I think long term it'll do real well.
Yeah.
Sun says the new RE is cool, but it would feel more like a Resident Evil with the old camera, like 1-2 Nemesis. Well, allegedly, the RE2 remake is going to have that. Or that's rumored. I don't think
so either.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I think it's going to be RE4 over the shoulder with kind of RE2 gameplay.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
The Easy Allies think it's going to be first person. Or at least one of them does, because they have a similar bet.
With the quotes that it
is a party
series director that's working on it is saying, I don't think so. He alludes to it being like fixed camera angles.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to go all that way. Like, they're not going to go all the way with it. I think it's going to be like he's a third person, like a little bit pulled back, though.
I'd be so good with like tank controls, old school style. I'd be so good with that, but I don't think
that's what I would prefer, but very much like Resident Evil 7 remake, Final Fantasy 7 remake. It's like, I would love turn-based combat in that more than anybody, but like I know we're not going to get it, and that's fine. Like I know I'm in the small group of people that want that. Very much like how out of everybody who plays games today, if you were to ask me like, hey, play Resident Evil 2. Now, do you want a game that's remade exactly like that, controls-wise? Most people would say no.
I mean, when we walked in here, you were playing Nemesis.
Yeah, but like I'm in that small group of people that would like that.
Yep.
Now, but realistically, no, I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't either, but I wouldn't mind it. But
I would
Final
love
Fantasy VII,
but
no. The only reason why I'm interested in playing the remake is because it's not turn-based fighting.
Exactly. Like, I understand that.
Beard and Hat asked a good question. Does a January release hurt the numbers too? I don't know. I think that's a very good question. I think it's completely possible. The other ones usually are October releases, which means it hits a lot of those Christmas audiences. But I think, and January 24th specifically was a stacked fucking day. It wasn't a massively stacked day, but it had like a Tales of Berseria. It had Yakuza 0. It had Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Remix, whatever that thing is called. It had a lot of stuff on the 24th. So it had a little bit of competition in terms of games being released. But I feel like it was the biggest game of the month.
To me, I feel like January releases for games aren't as like dire as they are for movies. Like, a lot of people say January release movies suck.
That's where they are. They do. That's where they go out to die. That's where it's like, forget about us before the Oscars next year.
See, I don't feel like it's like that with games. Like,
I don't feel like it is either. I think it does bring up a very good question of, will we still be... Like, I fucking love Resident Evil 7. Love it. I know DKP loves it. He's beaten it 5 times already.
I'll give it credit. It's better than I thought it would be.
That's fair.
Not absolutely loving it, but it's not as crappy as I was expecting.
But as much as he and I love it, will it be Chainsaw Apes 2016 or 2017 Game of the Year?
Nah,
no telling.
Neo comes out Tuesday, so we'll see.
Well, what will our...
Give me them ribs.
How you and I feel about Resident Evil today, will that love and adoration for it carry through into the end of the year? It could.
Probably since I beat it 5 times already. And I'm not done with it. Yeah, probably.
I kind of think that's what hurt Uncharted this past year. Was it coming out kind of earlier in the year as opposed to coming out late?
Overwatch came out the same month, and Overwatch...
Did it?
Yeah, Overwatch and Uncharted battled it out. Okay. Difference is that Overwatch did things to keep itself alive.
Yeah.
And it is intended to have long legs. Uncharted necessarily isn't. I know it has a multiplayer mode. I know they added survival mode. I know there are things that they did to like get it back in people's minds, but I don't know. I feel like Overwatch was way more equipped to be able to keep people's attention.
That fucking game.
And, show how much people have... Oh, I've been playing it all year. So yeah, it's my game of the year. I can't stop playing it. I love my Halloween events. Hit a couple of comments. Festus, what the fuck? Fest equals party in Swedish. Ooh.
Party on.
Ooh.
Well, isn't it like from Festivus or some shit that you're...
No, there's a character named Festus on some show.
Gunsmoke
with Miss Kitty. He wanted to name my sister Miss Kitty and me Festus.
Your dad wanted to name your daughter literally Miss Kitty?
Miss Kitty.
Yeah. And wanted to name him
So
Festus.
she would be...
It's like if I had a child, I want to name it Goku or Vegeta. Like, I think Gunsmoke's my dad's Dragon Ball.
You wouldn't fucking do that, right?
We'll see.
Maybe a middle name, but I don't know if I can do first. I don't know if I can do first name.
So but hold on, your sister could have almost been Miss Kitty Salads.
Miss Kitty Pry or Miss Kitty, not Pry.
No, it would have been Mrs. or Miss Kitty Salads.
Miss Kitty Salads.
Mrs. Miss Kitty.
Mrs. Miss
Yeah,
Kitty.
it would have to have been. Oh man.
I could be Festus
Thank God!
now.
Thank God you've got a mother.
Yes, my mother wouldn't let it happen.
Sonison says, "I'd love to see a new Dino Crisis. Number 2 of Dino Crisis was awesome."
I like the first 2. I didn't play the other one after that.
Yeah, I think.
Did you play the one that came on afterwards?
I rented it.
It's like all futuristic.
I
and
rented
crap.
it, but did not care for it that much.
Beard Hat said the first 2 Resident Evil games aged so poorly. Tank controls are ass. I agree.
I disagree 100%. I was just playing Resident Evil 3
just
Nemesis,
playing Part 3
just for the fuck of it.
I feel that the new Resident Evil was going back to the old with the puzzles, but it was too easy. I want the puzzle type that the old ones had. Remembering my father,
so you can't even tell it was there.
Was searching for that frickin' winch for 3 weeks. Yeah, I do agree that the puzzles were more complicated in the older ones than they are in this one.
Yeah, and in this one they kind of like hold your hand through it.
Yeah,
but at least they were trying.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I liked the way that they did puzzles. I loved the
They were too easy, but like they at least felt in the vein of the old ones.
Yeah,
which I appreciated
for sure.
But yeah,
felt rewarded when you finally found it. Yeah, it's true. That's big too. The puzzles are key. I forgot Uncharted 4 even came out last year. Exactly. It was obvious on Resident Evil 7 where to go with the keys as well. Snake key, etc. I don't like the Resident Evil series because they give women guns.
You know, Arby's as a company is so outspoken about such a wide array of topics.
Chainsaw Ape allows a lot of... we're a very inclusionary channel, so I'm happy that he feels comfortable speaking his mind.
Oh, come on. That's fucking funny. Shut up. I know you're not being serious, but that's hilarious. There's no way anywhere in the world.
Fuck that reasoning.
That's like the running meme of I don't like video game Donkey because he is black. Have you seen those
video game
comments?
Donkey's black?
No, but there's like a running meme where like people always say that.
Oh. Beard and Hat's giving you shit. He says at least they were trying. Fuck that reasoning.
Well, no.
Puzzles were better in the older games.
No, they were.
Why dumb it down instead of getting
100%.
more difficult and building on the older
I agree
games?
with you, but what I mean is, like, the puzzles in RE7 are too easy, but, like, they look and feel like homages to the old style of puzzles. And
there was
so that I appreciated. That's what I meant.
There was one part where I was going through today, and they had one of those masks in like a shed that you had to put on the doors in the old ones to unlock something.
Oh, are you talking about like the how there's like emblems, like there's an armor scratched into the door or whatever?
No, like there was one part in part 1, I think, where you had to put in like 3 masks on this door for it to open.
No, there's the sunstone, the moonstone, the windstone.
Well, which one's the one with masks? The one that's like one that has stone eyes, one has no mouth.
That's the RE remake.
All right. Yeah. Well, then one of those masks were in the shed. I mean, it was just an item.
Oh, you could see it?
Yeah, it was just hanging up there. It wasn't something I could pick up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Didn't even notice that.
But like I heard you talking about, the puzzles are significantly easier in this one. Like, granted, you're helping me just so we can speed run through it, but when we were doing the dog part, when I had to find the dog heads, there was some memo I picked up after I had all of them.
It tells you where all
exactly where every one of them are.
Yep.
True.
One of them's in the book in the
yeah, like, I mean, just a little easier.
But, like, dude, as someone who's played through the old Resident Evils a lot, like, more so than anyone else I know, and also all of them recently, within, like, the last month. Literally, I just beat 2 yesterday again, just fucking out of boredom.
Yeah.
Like, they do that, too. It's like a memo from a guard that's like, hey, I stashed this in and here's the key code for it. And it's like, okay, well, there's the detonator. Here we go. Like, they do that, too.
All right. Fair enough.
But in general, yeah.
Was Alice ever in an RE game?
No. She was in the movies.
That would be awesome. Girl with guns in a short skirt.
If they put Alice into the games, I would.
What, they like mocap Mia?
Mia Jovovich.
No, she can do mocap all she wants. But
it's like they changed Jill to Mia to be an Alice.
Supposedly Jill is in the movies.
They all are.
Drive into a school.
Like I know Chris is in them. I don't know if Leon's in them yet.
Are you talking about Jill Valentine? Redheaded girl.
Claire Redfield. Maybe?
Claire was redheaded.
Yeah. All right,
let's move on. PlayStation 4 update.
Yep. Go on.
I mean, I'm not super happy with this article that I found. Jason Schreier from Kotaku posts, PS4 is finally getting external hard drive supports, the title. Quote, if you, like me, are sick of your PS4 telling you that it's out of space, here's some game-changing news. Sony is adding external hard drive support. There's no date for the update 4.5, although it enters beta today, so it's likely coming within the next couple of months. In addition to external hard drive support using USB 3.0, with hard drives up to 8 terabytes. The new update will add custom wallpapers. So anything that you take a screenshot of in the game, you can create or do a wallpaper. A quick menu overhaul. Right now, when you look at your quick menu, it like gives you tons of different. Here's your notifications for downloads. Here's your notifications for uploads. It just takes all that visual garbage and turns it into just one list. Here's all of your notifications, and simplified notifications. And then finally, you'll be able to post directly to your PSN activity feed and watch 3D Blu-rays on PlayStation VR. So if you have
going to be grainy
3D Blu-rays, I didn't notice that there was a whole lot of graininess when I do other things in PSVR. So I don't think it'll be that bad. And as somebody who has a 3D TV, I already own a bunch of 3D Blu-rays, so it's pretty cool being able to watch Winter Soldier in 3D.
You're not gonna trigger me. Fuck you.
Oh, he's so triggered right now. He just triggered that response.
Morning Shark said, "Ha! Even though we had hard drive support, ignores the gamepad-shaped gravestone nearby."
Yeah. I always assumed PS4 did. I just never used one. I didn't know it didn't.
Beard and Hat says, "I kind of want the PS3 menu back. Honestly, less of the turn PSN." Less of the turn PSN.
No, I agree. It's like I think they should have menu options.
Yeah.
Instead of like, hey, here's what it is from now on. Eat shit. And it's like, oh,
yeah,
great.
That's fair.
I wouldn't imagine it's a hard thing to do.
I think it's cool that they have hard drive support.
Yeah, no.
I don't necessarily need it per se, but
I think it should have been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that it wasn't, but it's cool that it is now, I guess.
Yeah. I have one for my Wii U, and I'm like, the only part that sucks about it is, like, when I bring over my Wii U over here, I also have to bring over my external hard drive.
Yeah. What were you saying? So when you described this topic to me, you were like, some cool stuff and like one thing I really don't give a shit about.
The notifications thing. Okay. You have the ability, not notifications, the ability to post on your own, like, it's like a wall. There's like a wall that you post. Activity feed. You can make posts on your own activity feed.
Okay.
And I don't care about that. I think the hard drive support's cool. I think the PSVR stuff's cool. I think an easier notifications menu. Because like right now, I go in and I don't like seeing a number. It's like my email inbox. I have this like minor OCD with my email inbox. And I feel the same way. Every time I turn my PlayStation on, I go up to notifications and delete all my notifications. Just because I don't like seeing them. So this will make that process for me a little smoother. And then being able to watch VR movies like in 3D. It's not something I'm going to use a lot, but it's definitely something I'm going to check out.
Fair enough.
Sell the PS4 and go to IKEA and buy a bookshelf. That's fair. I like IKEA's bookshelves. You and I both have a fuckload of them. Yeah. All the bookshelves in here.
Old IKEA.
I mean, they can't see bookshelves, but they're in here.
We have a IKEA in our neck of the woods. Sell the PS4 and go to IKEA. Yeah, you guys are stuck in the freezing cold in Nepal. A monk will save you in the morning, but you can only make it through the night by huddling together. Who's the buns? Who's the meat?
If the monk is the meat, we're going to spit roast that motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel that it would be like how it is right now.
In regards to
these two are the buns and I'm the meat.
You're the...
And you could buy some meatballs as well. Do you guys ever get meatballs when you go to IKEA? Do y'all
no, but I need to because they're Swedish, right?
Yeah.
I don't like meatballs.
What do you mean? What does them being Swedish have to do with
Swedish meatballs, man? You never heard that? Like meatballs?
No, I know what they are, but what does that have to do with that piquing your interest?
Swedish meatballs? And IKEA is Swedish? So if you got meatballs from IKEA, they'd be Swedish meatballs.
Of course.
You know what?
So
is that exciting?
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. I want some Swedish meatballs now. I've never had them before, but they sound intriguing.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll go tomorrow.
Just go eat the meatballs at IKEA. Excuse me, sis, do you want some furniture? We're here for the meatballs, motherfucker. Get out of the way.
We're doing it tomorrow. I'm going to tell Elizabeth we're going to fucking...
No, we got to go to Hardeen's tomorrow. Like, I don't care if we got to wake up early. I want that burrito.
Okay, all right, we'll go get it.
You mean the place that's right over here?
Yeah.
That place sucks.
No,
I live right here. It's like across the street.
No, it's so good. They have the best breakfast.
They have the best breakfast burrito I've ever had.
It's so good.
No, what's it called?
We're getting too local here.
Yardine's.
Too many sausages.
They do have Jimmy Dean's sausages on there.
I can't say
sausage.
I can't do the whistle.
Now just don't start doing the whistle the whole time. I never do that fucking voice because anytime I do, I hear people under their breath for like hours going. Yeah.
Even if they're not doing it, you're just like
trying to do it.
No, I don't try that voice. I can't do it.
Practice on your own, all right?
We talked with my girlfriend last week. Oh my god, why the fuck did I do that? I was there for 3 fucking hours and she bought pillows and basic case and stuff.
But did you get meatballs?
I had to carry everything. I carried them in those blue bags.
Son says, Festus, move to Sweden. I can teach you Swedish. And dude, and you better believe he's got meatballs over there.
I gotta see what the Swedish meatball thing shit is.
We'll go get some Swedish meatballs.
Well,
spoiler
let's
alert.
Go do that.
Spoiler alert: they're not that great.
Maybe the IKEA ones are. Anyways, we should move
not
on. That great. We're getting.
It's like eating at a elementary school cafeteria. Let's move on.
All right,
dude. I'd totally go to Sweden.
PlayStation Plus versus Xbox Live games for gold. Remind me to sing that every time we do this segment.
Hejsan jag vill ha kutbola.
Hejsan jag vill ha kutbola.
Just say that and you'll get meatballs.
They'll be like, all right, here you go. All right, so what you got, Major T?
All right, so this is how this is going to work. This is how everybody else does it. They outline the games for their particular month. We just say which list is better. That's it.
All right.
February's PlayStation Plus games are Little Big Planet 3 for PS4, Not a Hero for PS4, Star Wall for PS3. However, it's cross-buy, so if you buy it, you get it for both. Or if you download it, you just go into the website, download the PS3 version, and you can do cross-buy. Anna Extended Edition for PS3, Ninja Sinki DX for PS Vita, also cross-buy for PS4, and Torque L. Sorry. It's Torque L.
Who the
but
fuck
the L is
is
attached to it.
L widget. I think I smell your lightsaber.
It's PS Vita, but it is cross-buy with PS4. Little Big Planet 3, Not a Hero, Star Wall, Anna Extended Edition, Ninja Sinki DX, and Torque L. All of those are playable on PS4 except for Anna Extended Edition. The Xbox One games with gold are Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, Project Cars Digital Edition, Monkey Island 2, and Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
That's
Monkey
Xbox.
Island 2 and Force Unleashed are both Xbox 360 games. However, every single Xbox 360 game that's released on Games for Gold is a backwards compatible game to Xbox One. Only like certain amounts of their library are backwards compatible.
Right.
But Games for Gold, every single time they do Games for Gold and it's a 360 game, those games are backwards compatible to Xbox One. So you can play them on Xbox.
I'll be honest. I was gonna say the PlayStation had the better lineup, but
Monkey Island,
and Force Unleashed too.
Force Unleashed, Project Cars, which is like if you like racing games, it's like a really big and robust. And Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, which is co-op. Like a co-op campaign.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Xbox, man.
I'm gonna have to go with the Xbox. If it was the second Force Unleashed, I'd be like, nah. But
the big standouts for me, Little Big
Force
Planet
Unleashed?
3, which kind of sucks, but it's a pretty big game. And then Star Wall is fucking incredible.
So, Little Big Planet 3 sucked?
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's made by a
haven't
different
played.
team.
I haven't been playing since the second or for the first one, so I would.
It's made by a different team. It's
The
just
first
not
one
as
was
good.
fun.
It just doesn't feel that great to play. Yeah. Xbox wins.
Xbox win.
Let's see. Son says they have to visit Austin.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're in
if
Austin.
you do come, we'll take it. We'll take it all the way from Sweden. We'll take it to IKEA.
We want to...
Give you some Swedish
Yardines. I'll
meatballs.
take it to Yardines in the morning.
When we hit 500 Twitch followers, we threw a party and invited everybody we knew that watched our channel. And obviously a lot of people in Austin, like friends and stuff like that, coworkers, they all came and hung out.
I drove down from Houston.
You
if
did,
you
yes.
recall.
We want to do it again,
What, for 1,000?
but for 1,000.
Yeah.
How
So
close?
as it approaches, we want to try to plan it out. And I want to try to plan it out at a time where for sure Idify can be here.
Well, I think we got time.
Yeah. We got plenty of time. We're not
We
getting
hit
we're not
500
getting to
what,
1,000
in
anytime
May
soon.
of last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. It's taking us a
So,
year to get
yeah.
150 more. Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
I'm down to
keep it
come to
small,
the next
baby.
party.
But I'd love to get Jams to come from Scotland.
Oh, good luck with that.
Kurt,
They
I'd
don't allow
love for you to
Scott.
make it down.
He's a
Scottish here
He's a
anymore.
multiple felon. No. That's probably not true. Probably not true. I don't know if they have felonies over in Scotland. They just
Shark
they
says-
have whoopsies.
Whoops.
Morning Truck says, real
He
quick, can you give
lose
me the
privilege to
elevator?
eat haggis for a month.
Oh
Yes.
man, that is that true punishment. Worse than death.
Sorry.
All right, we ready to get back to it?
No. I'm still ripping on jams. Hold on. No, I'm good. Let's go.
All right, real quick, could you guys give me the elevator pitch on what Games with Gold is? Games with Gold is the exact same thing as PlayStation Plus. Basically, you pay an online subscription to be able to play video games online. You have to pay the service to play games online. It's the same way that PlayStation Plus works. It's the same way Xbox Live works. PlayStation Plus and games and Xbox Live both come with free games, which are subscriber benefit games. If you are paying for the service, then every month new games will come out and you can download those games to your account and play them. It works the same way the Nintendo one does, except you get to keep them longer than a month. And it's more than... Nintendo is just one game. This is 4 games for Xbox and 6 games for PlayStation. However, the PlayStation ones range across multiple platforms. So the PlayStation ones can be on Vita, PS4, or PS3. So a lot of times, if you don't have 1 or 2 of the 3 consoles, then it may not be worth it for you to have it. In the case of PlayStation 4 this month, 3 of those 4 games, the 4 games that were on Vita and PS3 are cross-buy to PS4. Meaning if you own it for one, you can play it on another. Did I cover it?
I believe you did.
$445 to get to Austin from Sweden.
Hey, man. Hey,
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
That's cheaper than I thought, honestly.
Wait, if
is
you
it
come
for-
down here, you got a place, baby. Arby says, I remember when you didn't have to pay for online service. Back then, women also couldn't report you for sexual harassment. Man, I miss that water cooler. If Trump loves it. You're Swedish, you'll be all right. I'll vouch for you.
I'll vouch
I
for
got
you.
him on my cell phone.
Trump, you gotta let this guy in.
Hey, Don, what are you doing?
He
man?
sounds hugely acceptable to be let in. Hugely
Hey, Donnie.
acceptable.
Did you hear?
John Jay, what are you doing, man?
What up, DJ? Hey, man. I got a buddy coming over from Sweden. You cool? He's fine. Just, he's okay.
Hugely, he's recommended to come over.
He's giant.
I've met a Swedish person. They're great. People tell me the Swedes are great.
We have the best Swedish meatballs.
We have the best.
Just go to IKEA.
Come to America. We
You'll
have the
be
best
happy.
Swedish meatballs.
We got the best Swedish meatballs that there are.
We have really good Swiss Army knives. We make really good Swiss cheese over here.
If you ever go, you have the Army knives are incredible. You've got to get one.
You think the banks in Switzerland are great?
Absolutely
Wait till you
great.
go to a Swedish bank in the U.S. Donnie T.
Nah. What up, Mr. T? Hey, man. Yo, dog.
The PlayStation games tend to be crap. That's true.
I just got the ones recently from the January, and they sucked.
Yep.
All right.
Anything else on this? Nope. Let's move on. All right. So this is our big discussion topic for the week.
Our last topic, too.
It is, yes. Before we get to Ask Apes Anything.
Probably the best topic. Hugely wise.
The console exclusives matter to the market. So it's phrased that way for a particular reason, but there's something I want to read first before we get into this.
Let's read it.
This comes by way of WWG.com, a division of comic book, but from someone named Nathan Birch.
Remembers in that movie Simon Birch?
You know what? Now that you mention it, they would fucking hire someone named Simon Birch.
Nathan Birch.
Simon Birch.
The title of it is Sony Breaks Sales
I
Records.
love that movie.
Sony breaks sales records with the best quarter in PlayStation history.
You like riding the bus with my sister, too? You fucking loser. Go on.
Wasn't there a
Quote.
big thing with the bus and
my
Simon
fucking
Birch?
God.
I don't know.
Festus, you're never coming on this show again. You derailing
What does
motherfucker.
Simon Birch have to say about this shit?
What does Simon Birch have to say?
Quote, we all know PlayStation 4 is doing well, but how does it stack up against some of their ultra-successful consoles from the past? Pretty nicely, it turns out. During the third quarter of Sony's current financial year, which ran from October until the end of December, Sony shipped a rather astounding 9.7 million PS4s. During the same period last year, Sony set a still pretty impressive 8.4 million. While the previous record for most Sony consoles shipped was 8.778 PS2s during the 2003 fall.
So
quarter.
PS4 is like, oh, brush it off my shoulder. I got
You
this.
can check out a full breakdown of the PS4's quarterlies below. Part of what helped Sony set their new record was the release of the PS4 Pro. According to Sony, the PS4 Pro sold better than the standard edition, which a lot of PlayStation fans like trading in their old system, blah, blah, blah. All told, Sony sold $2.4 billion worth of hardware. Fuck. And $5.3 billion worth of software. PS4 has only been on the market for a little over 3 years, and it's already shipped over 57 million units. At this rate, the PS1's 102 million unit figure is in sight. And even the PS2's 155 million tally isn't completely out of the realm of possibility. So yeah, Sony's doing pretty okay for themselves. Long live the PlayStation. Okay. How that leads into this is, Sony didn't have shit for exclusives last fall. They had The Last Guardian, which was incredible, but no one bought. It didn't even make it in the top 10 best-selling games for the month of December. The month it came out. Didn't even make the top 10.
Right.
What else did they have? You remember what Sony exclusives came out during the holidays?
During the holidays, they had one other one. I know they did.
Didn't it come out the same day?
It was supposed to be Gravity Rush, but that got pushed. Supposed to be Gran Turismo, but that got pushed.
Well, it came out the same day as Last Guardian. I was really excited about it.
It was supposed to be South Park, but South Park got pushed.
No, there's something else that came out the same day that I was really excited to play.
Probably wasn't a Sony
XCOM
exclusive.
2.
Might not have been, but there just was a game.
Not
That
sure.
doesn't fucking matter.
Oh,
guess.
Steep?
No, fuck no. It's
Did
not
Steve
Steep.
come out
Steve-
already?
Yeah. Steep came out the same day as Last Guardian.
That got botched.
So it's clear that no big Sony exclusives came out during that quarter. And it's the best quarter Nintendo has fucking ever...
Nintendo?
I'm sorry, PlayStation has ever had.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So with that being said, do console exclusives matter to the market?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
They ain't out to the market, but to the consumer, definitely. Like,
The market is the consumer.
all right, well, so then, yeah, definitely.
I can
I
give you my
mean-
opinion on exclusives, but I don't know the exact impact they have overall. Because, like, this could have easily been as believable if, like, they had had some of the greatest exclusives, but their hardware sales were down.
That's
Like-
what I would have attributed it to. If like Uncharted and Horizon Zero Dawn and all these like big, massive caliber games came out from October, I'd have been like, yeah, they just had a bunch of really great heavy hitters. They didn't.
I don't know. They do matter. To what extent, I don't know. And apart from that, I'm getting into my opinions on exclusives in general, which I don't think is really relevant to what the question is.
Yeah,
I think if the question is, does it dictate like what console they buy or what, then yes, the exclusives are important. Like, to me, they are at least.
If we're taking like my opinion of exclusives out and we're saying, are they important to the market?
Yeah.
Market based on what's selling, then yeah, absolutely fucking important.
I think, and we talked about this earlier, and this is the time that I was going to bring this up. I think that exclusives are more important when they don't exist. I think all games are more important when they don't, like when they aren't playable. I think the promise of a game is worth more than the game itself. I think what I mean by that is like, I mean, do you want to play Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn?
Of course.
So you are potentially, let's say Horizon Zero Dawn, you're sold on it. If it sucks,
I am sold on it, but
if it sucks, then the idea of it existing is better than it actually existing. So, like I said, when we talked about it last week, we talked about, and it might not have even been us. It might have been when I was on the Team Lift podcast. Which, by the way, check out the Team Lift podcast. It's on iTunes and all that other kind of stuff. I was on there last week talking about the Switch. It was a lot of fun.
Is it L with an I or a Y?
TEAMLIFT. Team
with an
Lift.
I.
Team Lift. I think the promise or the concept or the idea of console exclusives has more value than the actual exclusives do themselves. Like when I'm buying a Nintendo Switch, I'm not necessarily buying it just for Zelda. I'm buying it for Zelda and the promise of what Nintendo has down the line. When you, like, you said you would have bought a PlayStation 4 day one regardless, even though it only had knack and kills on Shadowfall, because there was the promise of.
And also what I've seen, like, from the past of exclusives for PlayStation. PlayStation 3 knocked it out of the park. Like, that was the reason, I know they weren't selling better than Xbox, but, like, to me.
They ended up outselling.
And they ended up outselling, but, like, to me, it's because of the exclusives. Yeah. Like, Uncharted, Last of Us. I know a lot of people won't know it. Warhawk, for show. Warhawk. Like, they just exclusives compared to what Xbox had was just, like, so much more appealing.
For you, personally.
For me, personally.
Because a lot of people are, like, really into Halo and Gears.
Oh, Gears was great. That was an awesome exclusive for Microsoft.
Yeah. Let's hit a couple of comments, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
We got quite a few. So, yeah, let's see. You can keep the beard, son. And you don't want Festus meeting at the airport.
I will totally meet at the airport and learn how to speak Swedish.
Beardnut says, well, they bought in anticipation of upcoming games. Was an Uncharted exclusive.
Yes.
That was not tiny.
It wasn't, but it came out in May of last year.
Yeah.
Not with all these consoles.
Kurt's saying that you buy a console based on what your friends have, which is true in a lot of cases.
See, I disagree with that statement. Like, between me and you, I know you would have bought a Xbox, and I still would have bought a.
I don't think that it serves. You're a PlayStation fanboy, and I'm a Nintendo fanboy, so that kind of like supersedes all things. But I think the majority of people,
for a lot of people, yeah.
I'm about to say, I guess I've never been like in a big group where like, we're all buying this console to play this game. Yeah. It was never like that for me.
Think about all the like average people who just buy Call of Duty and Madden every year. What are all my friends getting it on? That's what I'll get it on.
Yeah. So, as far as what Son's saying, saying about Zelda and Heavy Rain, having to buy all the consoles to facilitate playing those,
right? That
gets into the sort of like opinion category that I was talking about. I don't know about like like about the ethics of exclusives almost.
Oh yeah.
But that's kind of a separate discussion. Pep says, I think an open platform is the key to a successful platform. Agreed. Exclusives make good marketing, but what brings home the money is being able to play as many different game consoles as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, but that once again is like kind of into the opinion category of like what you think about exclusives, not whether or not they matter.
For sure.
Only time exclusives truly matters when a console's first launch. I will say that's half true. I know people that have just recently bought a PS4 since they've been able to afford it just to play Bloodborne, even though it's been out for fucking ever. Old Pap is one of them, right?
Morning Shark says, I watched Game Explain's video analyzing that Mario Odyssey. Game got 10 times better. Dude, I've been going to Game Explain every day since the Switch event, waiting for that fucking Mario Odyssey analysis video. I have been fucking waiting for it. And he said it's the longest analysis he's written so far. It's like well over an hour long. And they've been talking about it. I even like got their podcast to hear them start talking about it. And I've been fucking waiting. And it makes me so happy that it's finally out, because I'm going to watch that motherfucker as soon as possible.
All right.
Game
Not going to plug ours, you fucking dickhead.
Then plug ours.
Yeah, it's okay. No one else did. I only fucking sweat, blood, and tears.
When DKP works on something, it's
one thing that you were like, this is probably the thing I'm most proud of that we've done.
Yeah, I am.
So why don't you fucking plug it?
Why don't you plug it? If you see an opportunity to plug it, plug it. Don't fucking throw me under the bus for not plugging it. I'm having a conversation with Morning Shark regarding Game Explain.
Help me out here. No.
Why don't you guys go fucking build a wall?
Maybe we'll keep you out.
I know that you guys
are tossing you over and building it 10 feet high.
You can't wait to get the liberals
suck each other's dicks all day.
You can't wait to get all us liberals out. We should bring that Trump topic back in.
That's.
Now you're trying to demonize.
He is trying to demonize.
He's using those tags.
He is demonizing.
Why didn't you guys want to talk about that Trump topic again?
Because I'm on the fence of let's wait and see what happens. Which you're like, that's not an answer. But then your father-in-law gave you the exact same answer, and you're like, you know what? Maybe he's right,
dude. We'll move on.
It's like what happened.
That is not even close to what happens.
I know, but like,
I'm just not going to argue with my father.
Yeah, that is kind of a pissing contest you don't want to be a part of.
No,
I was so there, and I was like, man, I hope they start peeing. So that's a bigger piss.
Anyways,
all right. Seriously, it's so good, Major T. DKP, you did a great job. I love that.
I'm just fucking around.
See, I want to Ninja Gaiden, that Xbox exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. That's true. It was.
Was it
the first one?
Tell PS3.
Yeah, actually, it started. It's similar to the way that Resident Evil 4 was a GameCube exclusive.
Yeah,
it started as an exclusive.
Oh,
then
it got syndicated.
Sigma,
I guess
they remade it as
Smegma.
Sigma.
Ninja Gaiden Smegma.
Not Smegma.
Hey.
Sigma. Not Smegma. Do you think Lincoln should have? Not touching that one. Come watch the awesome CSA trailer breakdown. Super Mario Odyssey. Yay! Pebiv's got us. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't see you give anybody else any shit.
I'm the only person who got pee-peed on a Pepe.
I'm mad that he's talking about how excited he is for Game Explains trailer analysis when we have one out there. He should have plugged that instead.
Fight.
That's a good impression of yourself.
Oh, sick burn.
Here, give me ribs and I'll get
you transfer them ribs over.
Transfer.
Sick burn, bro.
Thank you.
Every Ninja got in since the first Xbox. Oh my god, it's so hard rewarding. I could play them every day.
That's why I'm so excited about Neo.
Neo is the next game from Team Ninja, the guys who made Ninja Gaiden. And they've been working on it since 2007. It comes out Tuesday. PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Yep.
Get it. So do exclusives matter to the market? Neo does. Conversation
honestly,
over.
if Xbox was like, I'm coming out with exclusive Tenchu, Metal Gear,
I would rather
and Armored Core, then I'd be all over.
It's one of those got you by the balls from situations.
Gotta get them by the balls.
So, yeah, they do matter, I would say. All right. So, you guys got anything else in this? Are we hitting...
nope.
Ask Bapes anything.
I don't have anything else. Y'all have anything else?
Ask
really.
Bapes. Ask Vapes.
I don't like exclusives, but they are very important. Why? So you can be like, you can't play this.
Exactly. So I can lord over Xbox and Nintendo people. Like, have you played Last of Us? Oh, didn't think so. As I sip my beer.
All right. Ask Apes Anything is our weekly Ask Us Questions and we answer it segment. You can join the conversation and ask us questions by going to facebook.com/groups/the Chainsaw Ape Group. Come join us. I post it every single week. I post a topic. I pin it to the top where you can ask us stuff. And we'll answer that stuff. Remember to Ask Apes Anything. Obviously, I prefer video game related questions, but if you want to ask us about the state of the economy or why Festus,
don't do that.
or why the economy's actually in really good shape right now.
I know, but just, I don't want to talk about any of it.
or ask us why the Suicide Squad was the best movie of the last 5 years.
Oh my god!
Please, by all means, ask us.
Isn't it in an Oscar nomination for some bullshit?
No, it's one of the few movies that's being nominated for an Oscar and a Razzie Award at the same time. I think it's the sixth movie to ever do that.
All right.
It's probably something so lame like their soundtrack.
Yeah, I think it is, actually, yeah.
Sorry, Tony. What was the name of the game? Neo. Yeah, thank you. All right, here we come. First question comes from, I'm just going to call him Arby's.
All right.
Because he may actually have a different name, but I'm going to, and it may not even be the same person. I'm just making an assumption. How do the apes like their hollandaise? I don't like...
Our holidays?
Hollandaise. Like hollandaise sauce. I don't like anything that's mayonnaise-based.
Is that what it is?
I like it sans mayonnaise. I'm with you.
I don't like mayonnaise.
That's the best way I'd enjoy it.
I don't think any of us like mayonnaise, do we?
I hate mayonnaise.
Well, this is a fucking pure non-mayonnaise couch, then.
Yeah. You know, it's odd for white people not to like mayonnaise.
Fuck no, I don't like
It's odd for white people not to like mayonnaise?
Yeah, you never heard that? Like, that's a stereotype of white people. We hate,
Haven't you
we
seen,
love
didn't you
mayonnaise.
ever watch Undercover Brother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, he's eating the mayonnaise. Yeah.
All right, next question. What's his...
Violet Lightwave.
Violet Lightwave says, did you ding any dongs in Conan this week? Or Conan, not Conan.
Dude,
I almost listed that as a news article.
No, but the only thing people give a shit about is the swinging dicks in that game.
You can swing dicks in the game?
Oh, yeah. There's a meter for when you're on your character select to make how long your dick is.
Yeah.
And it's not censored at all. It's like, it's the full, like, physics-based
full pangus.
fucking
Can you, like, make it hang down to your feet and drag?
No, I don't think so. I think there's a maximum.
This guy's dick is too big.
I bet there's gear to enhance it, though.
Yeah.
You know?
You get, like, armor for your dick?
Dude, probably. I don't know.
Penis chainmail?
I didn't ding any dongs in Conan.
Yeah,
Did you
basically, people were saying it's just arc or whatever, or Rust.
Dang,
like,
look at that. Politics.
What's on Eggs Benedict, you ogres? Isn't it a mayonnaise-based sauce?
Dude, I've never even heard of hollandaise. That's why I was like, holidays? What the hell are you talking about?
It's like, I'm pretty...
I might just be
uncultured. Am I wrong here?
Uncultured swine.
Am I wrong here that it's a mayonnaise-based sauce? Which basically means it has vinegar.
It says Eggs Benedict.
I don't like any sauces that have vinegar.
I like malt vinegar.
All right,
this is fucking stupid. All right, like, none of us know what hollandaise is.
Beard and Hat knows what's up.
I'm so sorry.
Conan is just arc with dicks.
It is, like...
Thun says it was too much Dark Souls. It was too much Dark Souls over it. I want the fast slash the fucking head off and jump like a fucking retard and block to avoid dying. He wants more Ninja Gaiden, less Dark Souls. I can appreciate that.
I think you might be talking about Neo, yeah.
Yeah. Morning Shark says, have you ever played Shin Megami Tensei? Just got to the final dungeon in Apocalypse and I swear it's bigger than the rest of the game. Here's the map.
Don't know what Shimigami is.
Wow. I have not played it. I've heard great things.
I was about to show it, but it has too much of Morning Shark's personal information on it.
Oh.
I was going to show it to those guys.
Yeah.
No, that's a huge fucking map, and I have never played a Shin Megami Tensei. Played Persona, which is kind of in the same.
Oh, dude, it's just butter, egg, yolk, lemon. Yeah, no, I'd eat that.
I'd eat that,
but it doesn't have mayonnaise in it.
I thought it did have.
As long as no mayonnaise involved, I'm all the game.
Cool.
Call this ogres.
No, that's fair.
Fucking ogres.
You ogres might be the best insult. No, that's pretty good. Arby says, would you rather be stuck in the Mario Brothers movie forever?
Oh, God.
Or Groundhog Day 9/11 for eternity?
Dude, Groundhog Day 9/11 easy.
Over being in the Mario Brothers movie?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I would totally be in that fungus-infested Mario Brothers movie.
That.
No way, because then it could be like...
I'd be chilling with Dennis Hopper.
Look. Think about Groundhog's Day. Imagine how cool and fun that was.
But for 9/11?
Oh, I could just try to... Da Vinci would lose the sting, and I could ignore it.
Wait, actually, I wonder if you Groundhog Day's 9/11, if you could stop it.
No. Come on, everyone's thought about that. No.
I've never thought about that.
Do you
think that you could...
Ironically. No, you couldn't stop it.
If you're doing it forever, you could definitely stop it. Because you
could show up at the airport.
You would try.
But why would you even try?
How do you get to that airport?
Why would you even try, though?
You gotta drive.
You're gonna stop it for what? A timeline that doesn't matter because it resets? Why even try? Just do all the things. Like, there will be somebody willing to teach you piano on 9/11. Like, hey, look, I know some shit's happening, but like, can I pay you, old lady, to teach me piano anyways? You could do that still. You could do all the things Bill Murray did.
So you'd rather
It's just
Have
you'd
some
to
old
try
lady
to
teach you how to play piano, then to try to stop 9/11.
After I stopped it once and time reset, I'd be like, "Oh fuck! I guess that's not the catalyst for this Groundhog's Day
Well,
thing."
Well, I think that would just be
forever. It's forever that you're doing.
You wouldn't try to stop it one day out of the forever?
No, yeah,
I
of
definitely
course. But like,
no, I'd probably spend a couple of years trying to, because I don't think it would be that easy. Think about where were you, like you personally.
oh, you
Is
mean
that
do
South
I
Park
go
song?
back to being like
they
a
sing
fucking?
that?
No,
Do I go back to like being a 9-year-old or
you go back to how
12-year-old?
old?
9?
No, I was 12 or 13.
In my version of it, you go back to how old you were,
I was 12.
All right. It'd
So-
be pretty hard for me. I think I was
and you were in Houston, or
in
Spring,
Houston. I think it's my sophomore year,
and you were in school at the
so I
time.
wasn't 16 yet. So it would be very hard for me to like get a car and drive unless I stole it.
And, well, it happened. It
Whoa,
happened
dude!
like
Fucking.
8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
And so I remember I was like, "Don't put your beers there." And you're like, "I gotta kick my
I'll just
feet
put
up."
my feet up on it.
All right,
And all the guys are like,
It-
oh
no
my
problem.
ears.
It happened at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I think it was like maybe 10 a.m. in New York.
Yeah, because I was like in my second period class.
I was in second period as well.
So you'd probably only have 2 hours. You wouldn't have enough time to drive there anyway.
Can I wake up
Dude,
earlier?
well, the
in
fucking thing
No,
was like,
you're gonna wake up at 6 a.m. when put your little hand in mine.
put your little hand in
There
mine.
ain't no heaven,
No,
mountain.
look. If I'd be myself who I was back then during 9/11, being back 12 years old, fucking no, I'll live Mario Bros. Lane. If it was me like right now and I just went back in time and I still like was an adult with transportation or whatever, fine. I'd relive 9/11 forever, I guess. Which is a really odd answer to say. But
everybody was so down that day.
somebody
I mean,
highlight that out
rightfully
of this
so,
video.
but you'd
Dude.
have to live that day every day where everybody's so down.
I'd find some people that like don't have television. I'd be like, hey, before you turn on the TV,
Let's go do this.
let's play Monopoly for a couple hours, alright? Like, I'd make it work. There's a billion ways
I'd
you
make it work.
There's a
And then
billion
as soon
ways
as you
you
bought
can make
Far
it work.
Place, they'd flip the board over and go turn on the TV, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck!"
I was. This was 2001, so I was
Park
16
Place.
at the time. So I would try to use it to bomb as many girls as I possibly could have. I'd be like, today is so hard.
Dude, well, you
so
know,
hard for me.
today
Be
is
like,
so
you
tough.
poor
I can't
girl.
I can't believe these tragic events happened to our country.
Oh, bang
This
me,
is
Thomas.
the best opportunity we
Bang
have to
me.
come together.
Be like, we could get bombed tomorrow
Yeah.
for all we know.
This could be the end of the world, for all we all know. Like they're just starting.
This is so out of character for you. I love it.
Yeah, but I get to do it forever.
but there's no consequences. That's the whole
There's no
point.
consequences to anything.
So
Have
you
you
wouldn't-
seen Groundhog Day?
You wouldn't try
Yeah.
to go meet a young Elizabeth?
No, I definitely would.
He'd fucking-
You're doing it forever.
He would have
He'd
met her.
come try
he
meet a
would've
young
met her.
me, and we'd be like, "Yo, what up?"
Tommy
I'd
would have
meet
met
a young
her,
you
wined
once.
her, dined her, murdered her, raped her, like anything
Whoa.
possible.
I would-
You realize Bill Murray in that show, according to like the script, was in there for 10,000 years. You don't think he fucking raped even the fucking Ned? And he just bent him over and fucking like sodomized him ruthlessly. Ned Connors?
Phil Connors.
Oh yeah, that's right. Phil Ned Ryerson.
Ned Ryerson.
Dude,
Needle's
he's on
Ned.
everything to everybody. It's 10,000 years.
It's 10,000 years.
Like, come on.
After 10,000 years, I'm
free. It's time to conquer Earth.
All right.
Speaking of that movie,
That conversation got that question got way more conversation than I thought it would.
Right. Have you guys played Tomba for PS1? Oh my god, so good. I never played Tomba. You guys play
I played
Toma,
I
played
the
Tomba.
caveman or the caveman
played
boy,
Toma.
He's
right?
like,
Two.
got the pink hair. You could trick everyone to leave the buildings. You possibly could. I wonder what do you guys think of the Getaway for PS2? Never played it. I always wanted
Dude,
to.
I love the Getaway. The one that's like the London GTA.
I played Getaway 1 and 2. They were great.
2 I didn't beat, but 1 I beat all the way through, and they were great.
The Getaway Part 1 was the first game I remember with regenerating health. When you like leaned up on a wall.
Lean up on one.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Peva says you have to stop 9/11 and get Andy McDowell to sleep with you on the same day. Challenge accepted.
No, man.
I would put 30 seconds of effort into trying to stop it.
I don't know if the Groundhog's Day rant was as good as you was. I don't know.
Beard and Hat
Was
says
I-
easy. I'm just that charming. Would you steal a Lambo and Dukes of Hazzard it over everything? Oh, definitely.
Dude, I would. That's
And
the
then I
only.
get pulled over by the cops and I'd be like, I want some flapjacks.
What's in a
It
As soon
would
as you
be
die, you
like
wake
you
back
know
up,
when you
right?
first start playing Grand Theft Auto or Mafia or something, you're trying to stay within the lines a little bit, and then by the end of the game, you're just like driving straight GPS direction, like through people and things. That's how I'd be driving after like 200 years. Just like, well, today I guess I'm gonna go to, I don't know if I can go to the HEB real quick, pick up some lube. Just crash through everything. Like,
you like drive through the store straight to the lube aisle in your car.
Just like Tokyo drift through the aisles and then pick it up. So it'd be good. I'd be good enough that at that point I could probably make that shit happen too.
So the difference between Groundhog Day and this particular scenario
is on 9/11.
This scenario is A, on 9/11, and B, it goes on forever. So there's no winning. You can't like do a certain set of events.
Well, that's why I was saying, why even try to stop 9/11 if like you don't stop it
from
for
boredom?
Real? Well, yeah, from boredom, sure. But like, yeah, I don't know.
I tell you, it would desensitize 9/11 dramatically to you.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
You would probably be a very hard person to talk to.
They'd be like, "Oh my god, did you hear?" And it's like, "Yes."
Yeah,
I don't.
I get it. I get it.
I don't care about it.
It's like, whoa, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. Thousands of
monster
people
you
lost
are.
their lives. You're a monster. All right.
Hey, good night, son.
Good night, son. It was nice meeting you tonight.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, brother. Rosalind says, no, I missed the Groundhog Day rant. You can always watch it in the archive or watch it on YouTube.
No, he says, no, it wouldn't go on forever. Wait, we established it wouldn't stop just because you could stop.
Based on the question. Based on
we established that.
The way that the question was phrased is that it would go on forever. So we're basing it on this particular question portion.
I wonder how many times he woke up and just like immediately murked himself. Like, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna get into a topic about Groundhog's Day now. We could just move on.
Let's hit the last question.
Tomorrow better.
Okay, are you guys ready for the last question? Because it's.
I am.
Morning Shark asks, this is in regards to Trump's tariff on foreign goods. That video maker T-shirt with kind of funny. Colin was right. What do you guys think? Are video games and consoles going to get even more expensive?
How hilarious is that?
Okay. We're not going to answer this question, Morning Shark.
That was the topic we had earlier that we fucking whacked.
The initial the initial name of this episode was Ape Face Goes to Washington, and there was a topic about Donald Trump, specifically the news that we got from that video from Colin. Or Colin was right, and all of the three of us watched the video together. I've seen it a couple of times now. All three of us watched the video together. We went outside and talked about it, and we came back here and removed it from this episode. So it was something enough to where it wouldn't be healthy for Chainsaw. It
wasn't that vitriolic, but like,
no, I'm not saying it was.
No, I'm just saying like it was like this is such a shitty, weird little subject that like I don't even want to go into it even a little bit.
Basically,
especially since like, yeah, it's not it's a complicated issue, and even like it's with some things like this, even if you give like a small inch. Like, it can cause, like, a bunch of vitriol and hate. So we're not going to do it.
We're not going to do it.
Yeah. I'm saying we're not going into it. I'm just saying,
my answer is, let's just see how it goes.
Our recommendation is...
You know what? That's all of our answer for now. We don't know. We'll see how it goes.
He doesn't like when you give him that answer.
Our recommendation... Oh, my God. We're about to get into it right now.
My answer is we'll see how it goes.
This is where the shoe's on the other foot in this one. Like, normally... You're like, I don't want to talk about that. And like, I'll slightly bring it up. And you're like, fine, go ahead, talk about it. You brought it up, go ahead. Like, I know how that feels now.
The reason that you guys don't want to talk about it is because of your views on it.
No.
And how those views could be perceived.
So, yours too. Because you're not exactly on the one end black and white spectrum either.
There are things that I agree with you guys about. But But in context of this, I think we're fucking talking about it. We're talking about it.
You're talking about it. I'm trying to blow my nose.
Beard and hat, it's not going to end friendships. We're way too mature for that.
Yeah. We have political discussions constantly with each other.
And although Tommy's always wrong, I'll still love him.
Here's what I said earlier.
Well, let's just put it this way. I'm a liberal, and these two are conservatives.
I'm more of like a libertarian, but...
Okay.
You put me on the conservative spectrum.
More conservative than
that should tell you everything that you guys need to know about
politics.
All of our conversations.
That's the best answer.
Listen. Thank you.
Praise Keck.
No. Why don't you guys switch topics?
Here's the thing. I don't fucking argue politics with anybody on Facebook. Because it's like, I only talk politics with people I selectively know.
Yes.
Because they know me, they'll know my perspective.
That's the best answer as to why we're not doing this.
And it's like, I'm not going to do that. Because like, if I argued just on your Facebook wall, I would have your entire family going, and mine too, against you, or vice versa, being like, hey, this guy's a fucking idiot, fellas. Yeah. This ain't even about me, but I saw this guy's a fucking idiot.
We don't want to turn I'm not gonna do it into a Facebook.
If I'm not going to do it there because of that, I'm not going to do it here.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I think it's a good reason.
Yeah, there you go.
What have I done, says Morning Shark. I do want to say I'd recommend you guys watch that video. It definitely brings about a lot of conversation.
Never mind.
Yeah, don't talk about the video.
It's 20 minutes to be like, can we all get along? Which I agree with. I wish we could. But unfortunately we can't. So, hey, fellas. We can all get along, though, huh?
Major T is a liberal in Texas, is Kurtzen. In Austin, Texas.
Austin is the most liberal place, probably in the nation.
San Francisco might have us beat.
I'd say it's top 5 easily.
No, San Francisco, definitely.
But, all right. Beard and Hat says, free Kekistan. Hold on.
Give me tendies or give me death.
Arby's Corp says, Arby's is a political neutral zone. Toot your own horn. Toot your own horn somewhere else, apes.
Are they politically neutral?
Morning Shark says, what have I done? It's only a matter of time till 8-Bit Ab shows up. Oh, man. Austin's a liberal island in the middle of Texas. Yep. That's it. That was all the Ask Apes Anything questions. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a very unfun episode.
No, it's been a blast. I had a great time. Thank you for having me on, boys. It's always a good time.
Thanks for not getting shit-faced drunk this time.
I'm just.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah. I mean, I'm not shit-faced drunk.
So, what do you guys think on Max Payne? Yes or no?
You know I'm down, but it's not my house.
It's up to you.
I mean, if you guys want to do it, yeah, let's do it. But
I don't know. That didn't very sound enthusiastic.
No. The way it's gonna work, I don't want there can only be 2 people at once.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So yeah,
okay,
that's cool.
Are you sure?
So, yeah, no, yeah, sure.
Because we can just hang out. We don't have to. All right. So if you're watching this live,
we will be back.
We'll be back in probably like 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah,
half an hour or so with Max Payne 3.
Because I want to finish it. So my goal is to finish it.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm going to, but I want to. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry you missed it.
Major Tom's a bigot. All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
It is. Listen to him. Oh, man.
It's good.
Okay. Major Tom doing Max Payne to get that 52. Yes, sir. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, see you guys in like half an hour or so. DKP.
And I'm guest starring Festus, and I had a blast.
Guest is Festus.
Woke Festus, yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you here in a bit. Later, fellas.
DKP's an alcoholic. Bye.
Hey, better than bigotry, baby.